following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. The finality of the Scorched 64. What fitting way to have the finality of this round in the nuclear region where things are about to go to war. For Laraujo, probably one of the more controversial figures in the last ranking. Top 9 player. Some may say why, some may question, but there's one thing Lara can do today. Now shut up the haters. If Lara can do that, get the win, all that goes beyond the wayside. And for Seth, the season hasn't been classic Seth, 5-6 wins. But let's not forget 2 years ago where he made his debut in T5, beat Fitzwater nearly, and almost made a massive run. He can do this. A lot goes on the line in this game. It's a novice versus vet battle. 2 green cards, the old skip with the gun pointing out, and the old pirate of Seth with the wild card. It's a stream game. Something's got to go down. Let's get it on because it's the final match of the said Scorched 64 Apocalyptic August. Hello everybody and welcome back to the final game of the first round. Round 25 of the championship. 6 times 4 equals 24 plus this round here. 25th round of the season. The last game of the round. Lara versus Seth. Let's go to the tail of the tape. As I said, Lara coming in as a quad 1 player. 9th ranked. Seth, nothing to lose. 2-4 season. Hasn't had the season maybe he wanted, but does have an Ashley win. Lara has a lot of big wins, which we'll talk about. And, of course, neither player has a career accolade. Seth, Lara will be down to Game 7. Lara gets this one in 7 according to the CPU. We'll see how that goes. Only game of the day, so there's no schedule. Seth's resume, as I said, big win over Ashley. They had that 3 wild starts, 3 wild finish there in Game 7 against Retro to get his 2 wins on the season. He's had some close losses. The Ed one sticks out and the hockey one. 2 games he could have had. We could be talking about a different Seth at 4-4, maybe even 5-4, and it'd be a completely different narrative. But for Seth, he's going to have to look to make a run. He does have 1 Sweet 16 of the year and a top 10 finish. For Lara, we talk about why he's up here. Well, simply the KT win and the Yepes win were the big wins, and it was allowed him to propel. Obviously, a good win in Chomik, and Clay also quad 3. But he's had some good losses. G's a good loss to go and win a tournament. Toasty, he went on to make an Elite 8. He had some good L's. Obviously, tough losses to Lamas and Carson, of course, to name 2. But at the 5-4, by no means he's safe because of the guys of Yepes and KT. The wins are good, but that can be different depending on what happens next round for both those players. So Lara's going to have to get a win today. The pod, it's simple. Yepes Acosta, we'll see how that one goes. It's going to be an insane game between both those guys. Winner will get Monkey here on the road no matter what. So Lara will get his 1 home game before it'll transition into Monkey Boy in said region. It's the nuclear region. It's the Scorched 64. Let's get to the scene. Joining me in the booth is going to be my main man, Ed Ziemba, the Glazer. My friend, thank you for coming here on this fine Monday afternoon, 1 o'clock, little afternoon primetime showdown. Lara Seth. You've had the luxury to play Seth Cole. You've seen Lara too. We did a Lara game all the way back in T2. Lara has the patient style, knows when to play aggressive, knows how to play clean. We all know that Seth is a guy that has multiple looks. He's been in the booth. He's got nothing to lose. What do you think is going to win out today? The house money of Seth, who has nothing to lose, or do you think it's the Laraujo mentality of, hey, I got something to prove. I'm in the top 10 for a reason. I got to shut those haters up, despite the maybe background noise on the scene. Go ahead. Yeah, definitely has the E8 vibes for sure. We're going to go to the questions. We'll start it off with our road teams. Both players will toss. Seth Cole, obviously, Seth, not the season you've wanted, but you've had some close, and I mean close losses where it was just nip and tuck, back and forth, down to 1 or 2, 3 cards at the most. What have you learned, man, in this season to help you, maybe not so much in the past, but because the past has been different, but in this season, what have you learned from the booth and also playing that could give you an edge today over Lara, who's trying to really stop the noise with the Super League, who has everything to lose? Let me know.
Call it that because, as you mentioned, a lot of the matchups that I've been in that I've come out on the losing end of, I've at least made it competitive. I've put it down to the wire. I mean, it's almost seemed like whoever's playing against me is guaranteed to go into a best of seven. So it's those type of series where, yeah, would I like to win? Of course. But do I want it to at least be a competitive loss? Yes, and I've been able to accomplish that in most of the times that I've not been able to take a series. So, yeah, we're just vibing today. We're here to have fun. If we end up winning, great. If we don't, Lara's a great competitor. I've had the opportunity to observe a few of the matchups that he's taken part in, and so I know it's going to be a tough competitor on the other side. So, again, just looking for a good competitive game and have some fun while doing it.
I appreciate that, Seth. We'll go over apologies for the audio. I appreciate Lamas for shouting me out there and correcting my audio issue there. That's not on my end. That was on the desktop audio. Apologies there. Regardless, we go to Lara. Lara, obviously, we all know the background noise needs to calm down at some point. It's been a match point here in a way, right? You're the last player to play that was on the quote-unquote bubble line. Everybody in the top 15 technically won. Top 15. Let's just go. Of course, Ashley is the 16th player but didn't play. So we'll go Andy too. So top 17 if you include Gunn. A lot of the people won. You're the last person to really just be in that top 18 and try to survive it here. What have you learned from Seth, maybe in the past from observing him, or what have you learned from your matches this year against some top players that can give you a possible edge today, considering this is T5 where you made your debut 2 years ago? Let me know.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen any of Seth's games, so don't really have anything to go off of. I'm just gonna play it by ear. In terms of sticking in the top few players, to be honest, it's a little weird being in the top few players. I know I've won against yourself and Dupez, but no, it's like a huge jump to go from mid pack to top of the line. So yeah, I can understand that being a little controversial. But yeah, hopefully I can just prove it right, I guess.
Yeah, it's put up or shut. I mean, we'll go ahead here. Put up or shut up time. Obviously, yeah, you didn't get the best of your result against Gom, but yeah, sure, you had no plus fours. You were fighting, but if you just do that power play in game 2, and we're talking in game 7, who knows what have happened. Talk to me about the pressure for Lara, because definitely we know Seth, he doesn't really know what to expect, right? They've never played each other, but he also is on house money. If he wins here, great. He's still got a long road to hoe to even think about getting into contention. Lara gets the win here. Then we're talking about a seismic shift of Lara Monkey. That's more than just the playing game. That's going to be, for a Super League spot, it's going to be a massive match to behold. So your thoughts on that element, too, of the playoff pressure, because you were in that experience a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, definitely feeling the pressure, especially more so going up against Seth. And if Lara can beat Seth, he has to go up against Monkey. I mean, these are really tough opponents. So, I would be feeling the pressure a little bit, but, still got to keep calm, keep that classic Lara mentality to make it through.
Yeah, Larry will get the call here in game 1. Sky's going to be our ref today. Sanford on scoreboard. 2-2, trips 1. Those are winning lottery numbers. Take them home with you. All right, Lara, we've been doing this a long time. Happy 2-year anniversary, buddy. We saw you back in T523. It's been that long. Time flies. What are we going to do to have fun? This game 1. What do we got?
Let's start off with 10.
All right, we're going to go perfect 5 on the right, perfect 5 on the left. Sky going to get us in. 10 cards, Ed. You like to submit to your start? Thoughts on that as we'll go underway here in 3, 2,
Yeah, nice and
1.
even.
Let's get it going. Here we go. 1 second. And we'll start off with the DJ Nuddle 1-5. Go ahead, Ed. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, I was just thinking that that's a nice, even, perfect, right in the middle start. I think that's a great place to start.
A great place to start, says Ed Laraujo, a player to take his time, sort through those cards. Sure, it's 10, not 15 or something, but 10 cards is still a lot. You got to sort through it. Lara now
You
take
got to
the
go
time.
through it.
Yep, take the time. And for Seth on the other side, might as well do the same exact thing, right? That's the beauty of this league. If one player going to do one thing, you're going to probably follow suit. It's a copycat league, and sometimes that includes off the start. Well,
Exactly. Sometimes you just start looking at what you could do to make it towards the finish, right? Even at the start.
yeah, connect the numbers, full poker it, see if you can get some 2s and 3s, for example, little full houses, pairs. See what you can connect, 3 of a kind. That also becomes a strategy. Is Lara going to go for a classic pack stack 0? It's the old pack stack. We'll see Stack Johnson coming up here this week, later in the week on Thursday. Next round is scheduled mostly, by the way. This is the last game to be scheduled. Of course, this was a delay because of some scheduling on Lara and Seth's end, where we had to get the course 9 to 5 usual protocol with Seth, as he'll do a little Clint player. Spacing, buddy. You're good. Yeah, just a spacing issue. Unless it's the raw number. Either way, we'll wait for Seth to fix his red 6 call. As I said, everybody in the top 20 really did a good job, except for Logan. He was the only one to lose. Top 25 outside, top 20 outside would have been, of course, Ed, unfortunately. And Ghost being the big losses, Chomik as well, as we go to another one, DJ5. That's been the playoff battle so far. Everyone's held serve. It's been a tennis match back and forth, and no one has decided to drop a point so far, other than the guys who are outside top 16 coming in. Here comes Seth now off the red 5. There's the playoff update. We go into Sting, and now, Ed, this is where you come in, buddy. The old light switch. Thoughts on that early?
Getting that switch in pretty early, I guess. Maybe not too comfortable on the red, or maybe fading that red for later. Just wants to run with yellow for a little bit. But I think Lara, I think he liked that red. So we'll see what happens here, but gonna stick with the yellow for now.
Sticking with the yellow, we go to the coach 4. Here comes Seth looking to establish it. He'll go back to red.
Oh, I did not see that coming, going back, fading off that real quick.
Does Lara have a potential? It'd be a heater. Does Lara have potential to go back to that yellow? Let's see. Interesting so far here, Ed. We talked about it and there's nothing for Lara. We talked about the gamesmanship.
Wow.
Seth always learning, never satisfied. We're always the growth mindset. So far, that's a big step up if he can go back on this red and potentially cross over to a win. Let's see.
Yeah, it's pretty big getting Lara to draw early, and now he's gonna take advantage of that and take a bigger lead here.
Well, not the worst thing if you're Lara here. If that could be it for Seth on the red, maybe he's just trying to ditch and dump. Is Lara going to draw here or go off the switch? Not the worst thing for Lara if it even is a switch over, because Seth's going to have to find a way to finish it. And there's the switch. Now it frees up Lara with possible ammo on a new color. Let's see what happens on this green over to Chomik.
So we're getting that green in and still yet to see blue.
Still waiting for that Pandora's opener, of course. We talk about the Pandora's opener. Sometimes it could be an intermittent play. We wait for Lara's play. Seth up so far 3. Can Lara cut this down? So up by 4, really, if he plays, and he will. I'm sure he's got something loaded.
Oh yeah.
Could be 3 if Lara can get a double. Let's see. Seth has made the small break, though. I'm not too worried about this break here, Ed, because as you said, we don't have the blue, and we just got the green, and we've only seen red. Even the yellow and the green, we don't have many numbers played or even action cards. So the red's the only thing been lurking. Everything else has been more just wait and see moment.
Yeah, we're waiting to see what Lara has here. I mean, he was typing for a while. There's that big chain.
Lara decides to make the break over to the yellow 0 sugar. Seth, did he save anything? Let's see. He's known to save stuff, though. This is Seth Cole's. Now it is a 3-possession game Seth can play. If not, I'll be down at 2. Let's see.
You can switch off that 0. That'd be impressive, too.
Well, we do have some zeros in the back pocket. course, the green and the aforementioned blue. +2 from Seth. There we go.
Ooh,
He's going to leave it open, though.
very interesting.
So Seth leaving it open, that is intriguing because we did have the yellow earlier, and then he went from the red over to the yellow. Maybe was banking on something with the pluser. Lara now in the driver's seat if he wants to fire back and play that can opener game of top decks. Let's see. Lara taking time now. Let's see if Lara had anything saved up, or is this where Seth is saying, you know what? Leave it open, Ed. Flush out a blue +2. It's also a possibility.
Sure, and I mean, if Laraujo drops the +2, maybe Seth is looking for some better cards. Maybe he's kind of hoping for that +2 to maybe get something in his back pocket here.
Here comes Lara making a move, and it's just going to be content to draw back. Seth, on the other hand, will be aggressive if he wants to, but for now, he'll draw back, and it's Draw City Ed. First time today.
Here we go, drawn.
Back to the track we go. The +2 draw from Seth, the +2 from Lara. Nothing doing. Both going to be content.
Ard is annoyed and doesn't know why.
Classic Ard. But then again,
All
we
right.
have seen Ard, he's done it to himself because when you get to a low number of cards, you got to go for it. And that doesn't matter. Now Seth can go for the switch if he wants off the yellow too. Let's see if he's got into the blue here. But goes to green, still no blue.
Ooh.
And I like that because that was the ISO that Lara had played earlier.
That's right. Kind of expecting Seth to have some more green here. Let's see what Lara can do
Nothing. Just cool.
just going to keep it cool for now.
Yeah, this is definitely all Seth right here, Ed. This has the making of it. Even though he's going to draw here, he's definitely waiting for the blue. I think he's waiting for that blue at the right time. Somebody's waiting for the blue. So he's content to just go into a draw city and play it cool. Let's see. So far, this has definitely got an approach of number efficiency. Let's see if Seth can capitalize as we are in at 7 minutes. Is this the blue 6, the M6 that Seth was waiting for? Or any 6? No, it's a heat check. Wild, though, Ed.
Whoa.
Off the top.
Wow, I guess he still faded that red or got some off the draw. I was not expecting that.
Still fading in there. That's the first regular wild of the game. Lara now with the chance. Do you want to try anything? That's the thing. Red had been used a lot, I would say, of the opening 3 stanzas of the colors. So let's see if Lara wants to try it.
They've both been trying on red before, and red actually is the most played color.
Yeah, red is. I appreciate that, Stanford. Red is the most played color. So opening stanza, we saw mainly red. Now we're back to it with a little ISO end around from Seth, trying to play red clean, and Lara just still nothing. Seth looking for deuce. Can he get it here, or does he have a check on the store? Really calm game, Ed, for the most part, though. Not much other than that +2 door opener and a couple isolation plays from Lara.
Yeah, it feels like Seth is in a dangerous. I mean, it feels like Lara's in dangerous territory here because Seth is. Oh, there it is.
Seth for
Power
the game
play.
1 win on a power play. Sanford taking off the board. Seth going to go aggressive.
Sometimes you just got to take those wins.
Seth going to go for the aggressive game 1 power play. We see this a lot from Lane Yepez, and that may be the reason why. +4 from Seth.
Wow.
If it's another one, I could see it, because if it's double +4, you're sending them back with a lot. I get it.
Yeah.
Nope, it's going to be a singular. Ironically, the guy that loves doing game 1 power plays played there with Lane, and it's going to be a game 1 for Seth, not taking any chances. And I understand the move completely, because what if Lara had a blue +2 or something in the back end? I'll start it off with Lara. Lara. Oh, he's deaf. We'll go to Seth. And Seth, big win right there. Get right back to you, Lara. One sec, buddy. It's a big win there. You decide to go with the power play. My thought there is just you don't want to risk a blue +2 or an end around ISO, and you feel like you had a missed opportunity. Was that the reason why on the power play to start off with?
Yeah, I ended up getting the wild and the +4 on the drawback, and there was just too many cards in blue that if I had tried to let it play out, if he had a +2 there to draw me back or something, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get to the end. I'll be honest, I don't know what he had on his end for starter, but what I had on my end for starter, was a red reverse and a yellow +2. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking this is an unwinnable hand at this point in time. I was already, before we even played the first card, I was already thinking maybe the power play is going to have to come into play here. So I've seen number of best of 7 games where you just, that one first or second game, you don't play the power play. You kind of look back and you think, if I just had that win. So I know I'm going in without a power play for the remainder of this series, but in that type of a situation, if I was going to win that game, the power play had to come into play.
So that +2 door opener was were you praying a little bit to hope the +2 was coming on the other end to get some more cards?
Ed hit it right on the nail right in the head. I was stuck with 4 numbers in 3 different colors when I left the +2 open, so I'm thinking, what's the worst that can happen? He hits me with a +2, I get some more ammunition to maybe work with to maybe link these together. So yeah, Ed had it bang on.
Good work there, Ed. Yeah, that's why I figured. Yeah, that's a good read. That's what I was thinking, right? A little bait, go for some. We both had it on the head. I'll go to Lara. Lara, was that initial hand, first off, too many numbers where you just were landing on the wrong incisions and you just couldn't make a proper break to start off with? Buddy?
What was that for me?
Yeah. Did you have too many numbers to start off the game where ultimately, or was it a case of did you have something similar to Seth, just not enough ammo and ultimately the number efficiency ran right towards the end, start off?
Oh, the ammo. I had some good ammo at the start, but it's like all in one color.
Was it blue?
So I was blue.
I figured. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was saving it until like close to the end.
So would you say it would be a fair power play then, especially if you had all the blue ammo? Think about it. If you just
I would have switched to blue after the red 9 anyways. So I guess was the right call.
Now, how do you approach this series knowing that you have the power play advantage, a long way to go, and you can play a little more aggressive now? Now you don't got to worry about something from behind in the power play. Talk to me through it, because I don't know if you've ever been in a series where someone's throwing a power play game 1, because Lane's not here. Your pet throws him early. Those are the main guys, I would say. Nick, sometimes I know he believes in the old subscribers of got to use it, can't just wait till the end. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't think I've been in this situation before. But yeah, it does open up some options. I could just, so it's just I'm up 1 power play, and then the other person has nothing, so I could just play whenever I want. So, yeah, I guess it's a new option to consider.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Thank you, Lara. Appreciate that. It definitely is an interesting position. Seth doesn't make that power play call. We're talking he's getting +2 or whatever. He's getting shellacked. Lara now maybe lost the game, but in a way kind of got a half win right there, in a way. Or even a win with it being so early, with the power play advantage. Where's position would you rather be in? Lara down 1-0 with a power play advantage because it's so early, or do you like the aggressiveness of Seth? Where would you want to be?
Honestly, I like the aggressiveness of Seth there. I mean, he's got a win now with that power play. I mean, the same game 1 win counts the same as a win later in the game. I mean, you got to take those wins sometimes because you never know. I mean, if he didn't use it in game 1, there's a chance he might not have an opportunity to have used it later. So, I don't mind that move at all.
Take the money and run. I got you. All right, so that's what that thinks. We'll go to game 2. It'll be free choice again for Lara. Lara, free choice, my friend. What do you think, my man?
1 up to 11.
1 up we go. Sky puts it in. Here we go. 11. Classic 1. Classic 1. Finger on the left. Finger on the right. Here we go. Can Lara tie it up? We'll go to the background 8. And Ed, we talked about the switching. It wasn't a switch game. It was definitely more of a patience, draw city, and see how it feels out for sure. Do you think they got enough of a read on this game 1 to call it a feeler? Definitely over almost 9-minute game. That's pretty good for a feeler, for sure.
Yeah, definitely felt like a feeler. I think things might step up more here in aggressiveness.
We'll see if the aggression picks up. We talk about the aggression all the time in this league. When's the right time to play? How many times have we seen someone get aggressive early, and then all of a sudden, when I make a post-game comment, or when I make a post-game question, I ask the opponent, did you get that off the XYZ, or did you have something in the back end? Chances are it's going to be I got that off the XYZ. So that's the balance of this league. Knowing when to time your ammo, knowing when to play persistent, knowing when to play patient in all one wrap package. We're going to do the possible search. I'll call it the soul search, Ed. the soul search off the start, right? Check out those cards, see if we can get a connector, do some pocket pairing, all the good stuff you would want to do on a first turn play.
For sure. Look at all the cards. Maybe imagine how you could use these cards to make it towards the finish. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing wrong with that and all. As there's a light switch ahead. That's your territory, buddy, in the retro.
There we go. Early switch. Throw on. See if it throws Seth off his game or if he's ready for it.
Seth probably will be ready for it. It is an opening turn. You think you'd have all 4 colors here, especially on a 10. Or excuse me, on 11 card star as we go. Lara switching heavy. This is a sign, right, Ed? It's either 2 things. 1, damn good hand. Got to weed through the numbers. Or 2, not much working. Best bet, switch, hope for some prayers. That's really it.
Yeah, I like the switching strategy. As you know, could throw Seth off his game here. Maybe he'll find a color that Seth is not too strong in, but Seth gets that switch back to blue. Interesting.
Seth over to blue. So he's going to try to play this ISO game back and hope and pray that Lara was juiced on the blue. Is it a number efficient duel, red or yellow, from Lara? Did he save a 9? Let's see. End around is a possibility too with Lara. You know he loves to do a good end around. Get this into a multifaceted game. Lara taking time, loading up. Really taking time. And this is a pivotal, right? And we talk about the pressure environment of the playoffs. Every turn is scrutinized and magnetized. This is a good example.
Exactly right. And oh wow, Lara wants it red.
It's the same exact.
Back to red. Wow.
Carbon copy. Seth did the same red wild game 1, and that was an enabler. But does Seth have anything to stop it, or is he going to have to accept it? Let's see. He accepts it for now. Down to DJ from Sanford. Close game here, Red. We're talking 5-5 in a second here if they keep this rate up. Let's see. 6-6 potentially coming. Yep, there it is. Another one, DJ. Dittoing it up. Here comes Lara.
The interesting part about the
ahead, buddy.
wild swap, too, Lara had the chance to play on red at the beginning and decided not to.
Yeah, that is interesting, Ed. That's a great... I appreciate that, Sam. That's a great analysis right there because... Do you think that's possibly what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit of a weed through the hand, or do you think that's a strategic wild to say, you know what, let's try to throw a different look that we may have not seen? What do you think? A little bit of both, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, maybe just try to get rid of those colors early on and maybe stronger with ammo, with +2s or skips and red and yellow. Like that's maybe why he was trying to get rid of blue and the green early, but...
That's the risk you take. It's now the blue. Did Lara save reverse skip meta? Well, going to work on the end. Okay, so Seth's got something cooking here, Ed, if Lara's got no blue. But once again, it's just a weed through the numbers as we enter the red zone.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen anything more in terms of ammo. Already down to 4 cars, but I have a feeling someone's going to make an aggressive move here soon. It might be Lara here.
Lara with the aggression. Let's see. Does Lara have the aggressive pack ready to go here? Is this Lara to check? Let's see. Would be a crazy check play if needed. Off the yellow 3 into the finish. Let's see. Seth tries to go clean, but the question is, did he have anything to go clean? Did he have something saved, or is he going to get caught? Let's see. There's Lara. Try a toaster strat. Crack it like an egg. That's going to be crack it like a game over, buddy. Double +4. Double sandwich. I don't think Seth, did you have anything for that first start off with, buddy?
No. Makes me even gladder that I did the power play back in game 1. I'd have been easily down 0-2. I had zilch for the starting hand for this, so yeah, it's 1-1 instead of 0-2. So the power play was a good choice.
Good call on that because that could be 0-2. No reverse skip meta, right? Just to confirm all numbers.
2 green reverses. That's all it had.
Yeah, I don't think he could have done much there. The only thing he could have done maybe is use the green reverses and maybe flush maybe a +4 if you're a little worried from Lara. That's about all you really could have done there. Lara, good win right there. Monster hand. You didn't play red off the start. Was that a case, though, if you just had, as I said, weed through it and then just find a break to the finish? Not really much to say. That was monster.
Yeah, a good hand is a good hand. I was considering using a +4 to get over to red instead of just the normal wild, but I was like, okay, if he switches off of it, then I can just use the +4 then instead and lock it in.
Right. Yeah, not much to say. There's that one of those games, and I don't have much to really add on that. It was, but Lara. Seth made a good point. Lara obviously had the B line of the finish, but Seth doesn't use that power play. This is 2-0. He's down 2-0, and potentially, of course, we'll never know. But if he had the blue ammo, he throws that +4 into a blue 7 or 1. He's getting coached right there. And that goes to who knows moments. So definitely a good power play from Seth. But Lara gets the B line. It's a tie series, and it goes to Seth's homestand. Do you think we could see some card star variety here, or do you think we're going to keep it mid-tier? What do you think the prediction is going to be before we start Game 3?
Honestly, I feel like Seth might switch it up. I feel like he might go a little higher. Maybe inch a little bit towards that full 7, possibly.
We'll see. Seth, the guy, he does like to save it, but he also knows how to play that mid-tier to low tier. Let's see. Seth, your call, buddy. No 10, everything free. What do we got?
5.
Oh, the aggression. Ooh. There it is. I just said it, that low tier, no send gamble. I get the move, though, and Sanford can explain this, too. I'm going to get to him in a second, because when you don't get the cards right away on something high, why not adjust the luck and try to go low? I'm going to go to Sanford and go to yellow 4. Talk to me about the art of the move. I was trying to play the algo. Go ahead, Sanford.
Yeah, I've definitely tried it. Sometimes it can pay off, sometimes it doesn't. But I get it. If you're not getting the ammo cards, you feel like your opponent is, it's definitely a solid idea to try and play it low, try and force a draw city type thing, and hopefully just kind of play it that way. Or sometimes it can even spark some of the ammo on your side. I personally like doing the start really high, though, because we've really only been in mid-tier, and then go super low if it doesn't work, but to each their own, basically, on that.
Yeah, now it's potentially just a draw. So this is what you want, Ed. In these 5, you have 2 options. 1, you beeline it, steal momentum, or B, you're content with the draw. Yeah, this is not bad. Draw city, play it out. And we talk about, how good D1 is. This is a D1 new thing, I think, a new style of strat in D1. It's been around, but it's now becoming more prominent because we've seen people do. We saw Nick do it against Ashley. We've seen, I know Abion's done it before. I know Tapir's done it, to just drop it to a lower number. Lamas has tried this, where if you're just not getting the luck, try something low, change the momentum. It definitely has the real sports feel environment because of the fact that everyone in this league almost, 43 people, has 100+ starts, 27 people active have medals. That's a lot of people with success. And, if you're going to generate more success, you got to go outside the box. Seth said, let's go outside the box, play a little bit more of a top decker here, and see if we can get something going. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, it kind of puts the cards, it kind of takes a little bit more control here, going into that draw city. You're playing the cards whenever. You're kind of filling up your deck while your opponent's also filling up their deck with cards that you pick, kind of pick. So it kind of gives you a little bit more control than starting with maybe a full send, getting a bunch of random cards, while here in the draw city you kind of just it's a little more open.
Away from Lara, so there's Lara going to make the break. Seth, does he switch? Or does he roll with the yellow? He'll switch to the background. Hey, there's from Chimera to background. Now, Ed, new game. Fireworks 10 apiece. Here we go.
Yep, time to see what they got off those draws.
Yep, set down 2 possessions. Looking to cut this to Uno. Let's see. He will. 1 possession game for Lara now. Lara looking to roll again. We'll play it clean. A lot of numbers here, Ed, for the most part. We've seen some finishers for sure. Yeah. As we go to the Vapor G6, but it's been a lot of numbers. Weed through it, see if we can get some poker. That's it.
Yeah, so many numbers. Maybe we'll. I got to kind of have a feeling once they get a little bit lower, maybe under 5 cards, where we see some aggressive moves again, kind of like last game.
When will the aggression level amp up? Nothing yet. Still clean. Aria 1. Here comes Seth. He's down a little bit. Will he start the aggressive party? No, they'll go 1 up this time. Remember, 1-1 score, best of 5 basically the rest of the series. Here comes Lara. Made the break off the yellow into green. He'll go for a double. Nothing crazy, though. Seth can have a chance to respond here, Ed.
Still waiting on that blue, too. Haven't seen blue yet all game.
Second time this series where the blue is the last open. We saw it in game 1. Now we're back to the odds in game 3. Here comes Seth. What has he got on the break? +2, and he'll stop that, and he's got the lead right there.
Just like that.
Yep, into Yepes, classic Caesar 1-2 punch. The South American friends right there. Double ditto there. Here we go. So a little ditto action from Lara. Seth can still run the greens. Still has the lead. And I'm interested on that ditto because sometimes when you ditto, that could be a trip 7 switch right there. Seth, nothing there. He'll go clean. Does he get the 5 switch heaven? Let's see off the ALP. No, he goes back to red. So he's running low. He's juicing low. He's juicing low on the screen. Let's see what Lara will have. So he just played cool. I mean, if you're juicing low, that's a sign. For sure, when you see those double numbers going off the chain, that's a sign of low ammo on one color. KT Classic, there it is.
Ooh.
KT,
There's
wow.
that blue.
Shout out to you, buddy. Had to make the card for you. It's the apocalypse. Gotta do it. Oh, man, I love that card. Anyway, we'll go to the double play now. Let's see. What will Lara have to look to tie the game right here? Seth up a possession, looking for the tie.
Man, this feels like very dangerous for Seth. I mean, Lara making that switch to blue. This could.
Oh boy.
Oh man, this feels like dangerous territory for Seth.
And Seth, no, this is big for that's exactly what Lara needed, I think, to get this to check at minimum. Is it a 2-bagger for the win off a +2 combo or a reverse skip meta? Here we go. Lara low, no, I think this would be game here, Ed. I don't see a world. Yep, skip combo.
There it is.
Got it, and that's big. Seth, I think, just ran out of options toward the end. Seth, I had a feeling you were juiced on the greens because you played the green 3s, the green 7s. You were kind of dittoing it. Did you get what you wanted off maybe the draw in the sense that it wasn't an early game? Because neither player had any +4s. There was no really +2s other than your round. What happened there? Off the start where you just couldn't connect. Talk me through it.
I wasn't juiced on the greens. If anything, I had way too many.
Wow.
I think I had 2 greens to start with, and on the drawback, by the time we started playing again, I had 8 greens.
What?
Yeah, like I kept drawing greens like crazy. I had a couple of reverses, but only yellow I had was the reverse, so there was really, do I wrap around a yellow, put us back into a draw city? Maybe. I think he had already played his reverse, so it might have iced us both out again. I got no ammo off the drawback at all whatsoever, so it was just a matter of hoping that I could keep it established in green as much as possible, but I had too many outlying cards, not enough connectors in that situation again, so I thought maybe I got lucky on the drawback in game 1, so I thought maybe if we go into a draw, I'll get lucky on the drawback because I'm definitely not getting the cards in the initial draw with the low card start. Didn't happen, so yeah, we'll see if I can draw it back here in game 4.
Yeah, that's going to be the key. I'm going to go to Lara. Lara, obviously, when you go 5, it's a gamble, right? You didn't seem to have a lot until the end. But even then, you really didn't seem to have much. Was that just a number efficiency, using a number efficiency experience and knowing when to make the break on a while to get the win? I don't really think you had much other than just the numbers fell your way. Is that a good assessment of that game?
Yeah, I think it was mostly down to number efficiency, choosing how long to stay in the, because I could have switched over to Reddit. I just kept drawing cards to get more stuff. And also, I think a good play was using the reverse, like the green reverse, green 4, because I had both reverse and the blue skip, which I could have used either one to near the end, but I think using the reverse and the green 4 there just to get rid of my green was the better play, because then I could switch to blue, which ended up having a draw on.
All right, yeah, I think it's fair enough. I appreciate that, but that's all I really got. Because that definitely had as I said, a draw city feel. There's no doubt. But then once we got to about 10 cards, when Lara made that initial break off that Gecko, what's that, yellow 8, if I'm not mistaken? Yes, the Gecko yellow 8. It flipped the script, and a lot more came into more his element because he had the number back end. Do you think that was a good gamble for Seth? And thoughts on Lara starting to seize momentum on not much ammo here today?
Yeah, I think it wasn't a bad idea. Absolutely to go with that low card start, draw back. I think usually you expect to get at least like one, maybe two solid ammo cards, but it didn't really happen for Seth there, and he kind of just uh, played the numbers down and didn't really have anything to defend there. So just a little unlucky there, but we'll see. He can change that with a different card start here. I'm curious to see what he goes with.
All right, Seth, free board other than 10. What are we thinking here to spice it up? What do we got?
Well, the Uno bot's not really helping me out with initial draw, so maybe one bot knows another bot. I legit just asked Siri what to do, and she said full send.
Siri from Seth to the set. How about that, Ed? Getting a little help from Siri.
Siri's been a little unreliable for me in the past, but I'm hoping it works out for Seth here.
That's unbelievable for Big Seth here. The Siri full send. We're shout Siri. We'll see if I can get Siri a little bit later, maybe after the game. That'd be kind of funny. But we'll see here, Ed, because we've seen this theory with Ghost. He's one of the big guys that does it. He loves doing, as we go into the green, he loves doing this 5 to 15, 15 to 5, this max to min, min to max theory.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if 5 doesn't work out, why not completely switch it up?
No in between. That's how send it Seth, baby. That's it. Let's see what he'll do here. Series send. The question really becomes, Ed, now that Seth is taking a little bit more of a faster approach, or we see it, he's taking more of this, I don't want to say diabolical speed, but a little quicker off the start, trying to play a little bit more sped up. If you're Lara, I think you just keep doing what you're doing. Don't even worry about the speed. Don't worry about the sped up pace. Keep playing the game the way you're supposed to play the game as we go to the green 9, and eventually things will fall your way. We've seen it so many times, for sure.
Yeah, Lara can kind of just chill here. You got that 2-win advantage at this point. Just run with it, roll with the punches. No need to do anything crazy.
We go into the Brian 9, and now what will Seth do? And he'll go for the classic Caesar 1-2 punch. He's known that. He's probably done so many Caesar games. It's a trademark at that, right? But he'll go into the Caesar Jenna combo. And now, Ed, Lara, 2 extra freshies, not much to really worry about. Still, and that's the beauty of 15. You throw ammo early, you're not getting no crazy run and start. It's just fire away, try some things, and see what sticks. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, when it's so early on, I'm almost happy getting a +2 early on, because I'm like, okay, maybe it gets me some more cards, better cards to work with, and we got to switch here. Yeah,
Lara going into the 0 sugar. Let's see what Seth will do. Wow, trip 0 sugar here. That's crazy. Off it. Can we get the classic yellow 0 for the rarest Skittles of them all? Let's see.
That would be something.
Some exotic Skittles up in here. Now, we'll stick the blue, though. Would have been an exotic combo, but Seth so far here, I got to say, Ed, is definitely a little bit more aggressive this game. I think he's taking a little bit more of an aggressive approach. The question is he burning too much? We'll see.
Yeah, I'm feeling he's still got plenty of good stuff saved up. He was just taking just a little bit of an early possession lead.
Yeah, back to a great play from where Seth's got the fade. He will into the lot number of fish. This is turning into a number war. Yep.
Seth is not letting Lara have that red. I know Lara wants it.
Let's see what it's going to be from Seth here. Off to the yellow. Continuing it. He's not settling. Not settling is Seth. Going back to the non-blue double 4 action right there as we go into the lane 7. And you can see it here. Lara calm and composed. Seth aggressive. He's going crazy here, Ed. This is definitely your style. Talk to me through it. He's going nuts.
I mean, the numbers are just lining up. He's smooth sailing through all those numbers, and when all the numbers and the colors match up, I mean, it's pretty satisfying.
Back to Grim. Here comes Lara. And if you're Lara, you're content because at a certain point, this legit could mean he's got nothing. So, and there's the green. Now Lara's going to fall into place with your Pez. G2.
All right, rolling with the green now.
Rolling. Here we go. Seth back to green off the zero sugar. So let's see if he had any more. That was it. Into the G3. Here comes Seth. Did he get stopped? Or does he have 8 greens like he said last game? Heat check. Time. Into the yellow wild and the llamas. A little heat check from Seth. But once again here, Ed, looking at the card history, it's another game. Just not many numbers on any color other than green. So it is a risky play, but it could be worth the reward. Try it here. Let's see.
Yeah, I was unsure what Seth's strongest color was, especially with all the switching, but I got a feeling he wants to roll with the yellow for a while.
Oh, he's going to roll with it off the Sting 5 from where? Seth looking to get this to 4-3. Let's see. No, he doesn't have much. Eddie, is this a case of, what, just don't have much, right? May not have the cards after that +2. Got to just hope for Lara to burn some +4s. Is that a possibility? We'll see. Is he trying to flush something? Lara's got nothing, though. This could be a case of not much here to work with for both. But Seth has the yellow on the wild. Does he have a triple? No, he's going to play it clean, but he's down to 3.
He's been really efficient. I mean, he gets this all the way down to Uno, just running the numbers. That'd be pretty impressive.
Would be impressive. Let's see if he's got anything. Does Lara have an answer right here? Or is it a switch? Is there a number switch into another color? Let's see. We've seen a lot of that before. I'll keep that in the back pocket. Thank you. We'll see what it'll be here from Seth. Sanford's got theory. We'll share it after the game. Well, and we've seen this here, Ed, with this theory of this wild flushing. It's definitely a risk. There's no doubt. But is it going to be worth the reward? That's going to be the key. I think we lost the ref.
Oh.
That's interesting. Okay. Connection. Okay. No problem. Okay. Give me one. Take the game. I'll tell Scal cover. Give me a sec.
For sure. Yeah, so Lara really, really thinking this through. From what I can tell, I don't know if he's obviously cooking something up here to be thinking this long. Let's see what happens. We might be seeing a switch here. We might be seeing something pretty aggressive here. I mean, Seth is down to 3 cards. You got to be, if you're Lara, a little bit worried because Seth is in that territory where he can fire and maybe get a game finisher with his final 3 cards. So, that's
+4
huge.
error is massive. Yep, sends it back. There's the +4 flush. If that was what Seth was looking for, he got that accomplished. But mission accomplished for Lara because he's got the lead now, up 2 possessions. Interesting there. Very interesting, Ed. He burned some of the reverses off as Seth's just going to play it cool. Did he unleash the tank with Sky's bet? Did he unleash the tank to say, you know what, I'm going to burn some of this off and hope there's a back-end play from Seth to go back to a yellow or a blue? Is he waiting for that to save some, or is it just straight out? Here we go.
No.
Lara looking for something right here. What will Lara have on the back end here? Looking to go up 3-1, but a long way to go to the finish here, unless it is a massive 5-bagger. No, not a 5-bagger, but it's a triple play. It's going to give Seth some life, potentially.
Yeah, Lara saved a lot of that ammo when he went up to 16 cards earlier. I think run down the numbers. I think there's just a lot of ammo left for Lara.
Seth did send him back with 2 extra cards, and you never know what those 2 extra freshies could have given. But Seth still has something. Did he have a +4 yellow combo finish saved up? Does he play it here? No, but he gets the +2. He's got the lead back right there. That's big, Seth. For Seth from Ed right there. Sorry, big from Seth. What are you thinking on that play?
Man, see what Seth has to respond. Still with 3 cards. I mean,
Yeah, but if you're Lara, you're happy because remember, he's happy about this because the yellow, right? That's the
right.
thing. If there's that yellow lurking that we think is happening, you're not going to panic too much. If let's say if it was maybe back to yellow, then you panic a little bit. So that's the one thing Lara can hold true is the yellow's not there yet, and if Seth still has to burn some of those off, that's big. And he'll go to green. Does Seth have a number efficient play? That's his only shot. Nope.
Not this time.
That's big from Larry. Even if it's just draw city, yeah, that's big. That saves the game. Now it's top deck city. Yep. Yeah, that's just playing smart Uno right there, Ed. Smart from both, but smart from Larry. Why risk a yellow and then try to go into a heap of trouble if Seth has something lurking, even if it is the maybe not the most ideal time to finish it, you at least go into an isolation and you go back and draw it into a cleaner game for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure both players don't mind drawing back, reorganizing, making a new plan with whatever they get. But we'll see how far they draw back for.
If reminder, winner of this game is going to take on Monkey Boy Monkey, the 1 seed, the number 1 overall player entering T5. A lot on the line for him as he'll be the last guy to play, at least on the scheduling. We'll see what it will be as we continue to go into a draw city. Who's going to make the break first? Who will blink?
It might be Lara here.
There's not much. Listen, there's a reason why we went to green. There's not much out there. There's a double play, but a lot of the green is starting to go lower in terms of the ammo and the numbers. It definitely is a juxtaposition. When do you make the break? What will Seth have here? +4s are still open as we have another long game. What we go for ditto? What do we got? Well, not ditto, but same as that. But what was it, Sanford? What haven't we done yet?
I was just meaning the log check.
Ah, okay, you good.
I meant to do it more like at 7 minutes, more at 11.
Oh boy, appreciate that, Sanford. As we go into the blue, and now Ed, the fireworks are back. You could tell the green was due. We were running low. Now the blue, fresh stuff here.
Yeah, we were getting a little tired of the green. Green was running low. Hadn't seen blue in a while. This definitely shakes things up.
Seth makes the break. Lara looking for a potential play. It still keeps it cool. Now in the red zone. What will Seth have? Taking his time, stepping back, looking for a big run. Remember, yellow is still on the board for Seth. We know of that wild. That's the one thing we got to keep in mind. Was he cut off on that yellow perfectly where he doesn't have any more and he could run that finish? But I think there's still something in the back.
It feels like he still has some.
What will Seth have right here? It's taking his time off the lane 7. Really loading up. Got a massive triple play. There's a yellow. Now that's it. We talked about it. Now if you're Lara, you got to rethink this one because that was the one thing that Lara had an advantage of, the yellow. Now Seth has made that break, and all of a sudden with 6 freshies, you got to try to get out of this yellow because he seems the favor at the end. Let's see.
Yeah, I got to pull something here on defense because Seth is in that position where it feels like in the next turn or two, he could just win this. But he's just rolling with the numbers here. Yellow 6.
Yellow 6 into the yellow 2. Well, we talked about this with the yellow. I think Lara's just saying, you know what? Give me your best shot. Do you have all the yellows to finish? We're going to roll with it. Here comes Seth looking for the 2-2. Does he save a +4 off of Draw City for the win? Heat check. Nope. Well, there you go, Ed. Lara was right. No yellows to finish. Now he'll have a chance to fire, and that's that no power play coming in. Going to have to be a reverse skip meta or a +2 here. Would you leave it open on a reverse skip, too? That's another thing.
Yeah.
If you try to get out of this, I think it's a safe move, but does Lara have the +2?
It's going to be tricky.
There it is.
Oh.
Called it. Yep. Well, Seth was
There
still,
it is. Wow.
I had a feeling that's the only way he would have lost that game is the +2. He'll get this down to 2, but then it's going to come down to the next play after, unless he got some magic off that +2.
That's clutch right there.
Did he get a little magic off that? No? Well, we'll have to see next turn. We knew that was coming. Now, if you're Lara, you basically have a gamble here. Do you anticipate Seth having reds on that +2, or do you dare switch the color? It's a gamble.
Really tough position to be in.
He's been flushed down the ammo. He's getting flushed, and that's the thing. What's on that +2 draw? He'll play it cool, going to flush it with no red. Is it the right number? Seth for check. I don't think he had a 3 finish. He does get another red, so this is the risk now, Ed. This is the risk. Do you stick it out? Do you stick it out? That's the key. Do you stick it out, or do you just throw the +4 or whatever and don't even risk that? That's going to be the key now for Lara. Does Seth pick up 2 red draws? That's going to be the key off that pluser. Go ahead.
Gotta have good intuition here if you're Lara. I mean, this is that situation where good players become great players, and sticking with it. Wow, here we go.
Great play from Lara to stick with it, but is it the right play? It is.
Wow.
No 6-7, it works. Lara gets the prayer answered. But now, what does he got to do? Got to rethink, because, Ed, how many times have we seen it? Just because you draw bad doesn't mean it's over. We've seen top deck cities. Here comes Seth looking for deuce again to check. We'll let her have to do all the hard work again. Oh, he's going to get it done with the hard work again.
Back to that yellow that he liked.
Green 9 from Laraujo. It's a risk. Seth for the win.
Big risk.
What's he got in the back pocket? He gets it on a KT Classic sneak attack.
Why did Lara not call him out?
Yeah, well, he's definitely. I mean, he'd not seen anything. That's crazy.
I didn't want to say it. But he could have called him out.
What was that?
Seth called him out just prior to drawing.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to say anything either. Well, it doesn't matter because it was deafened, so. I'll go to Seth before we get to that. Seth, I got to ask 2 questions, man. Lara had to have you read like a book, man, because every single time you had that yellow, all of a sudden, he would hit you with the green reverse blue +4 combo. Did that, or the yellow, yeah, blue +4 combo. Did that ice your game out, and ultimately did you have to go to a plan G? Because I don't think the numbers were lining up. You kind of had to get some luck towards the end there, for sure.
No, the numbers didn't line up. He definitely knew I was a 2-color hand there. I was having to try and fluctuate between the yellow and the red, and I had to get it back to red at the end there. His +2, it kind of helped, kind of hurt, because it allowed me to continue to run in red a little bit. I ended up getting, I think it was a yellow and a red, so since I was able to stay in red a tiny bit there, kind of was able to fade just a bit as if maybe I was holding something back. And got lucky. I was hoping maybe for a while, maybe for a +4 there on that last top deck draw. I ended up getting a green, and I didn't expect it was going to come back around to that color at any point, so that actually really surprised me. So, I don't know, Siri, I guess, knew something, but decided to give me a heart attack along the way there, because there were like 3 or 4 points in that I was thinking, no, that more than likely he had the ammo on his side. And yes, Charles, I gave myself a heart attack realizing I hadn't called the Uno either, so yeah.
Well, the vibe I got actually on the start of this was that even though it was a 15-card start, the only true action card, at least in my eyes, because I count the wilds about basically like a half, the only action card, full action card you really had, I think, at the start was probably that green +2. That's the vibe I got, at least.
Yeah, anything else that I had was on the drawback.
You want to ask the question, Sanford, to old Seth about the yellow wild? You want to go for it?
I didn't ask.
The theory?
Well, I mean,
yeah,
the yellow wild, I think, if you're talking about me basically pinpointing that Seth was on all numbers, that was just the fact. It's a play I would have done. That's how I kind of figured it out.
So when you went to that yellow wild, did you just have all numbers, or did you have a skip in there, or nothing? Was it just all numbers?
No, it was all numbers and
Weird.
kind of hope to rely on some number efficiency. I think, let me see if I can remember. I think it was a yellow 2 and a red 2 that I was hoping with a number efficiency to get back. I was looking at the card history and everything. There was still another 2 out there, and I'm thinking the likelihood that he's going to color swap and I can be able to number fish to the end is unlikely, but it's the only play I've currently got right now. If that doesn't work, then I can maybe just try and flush some ammunition on his side.
And I basically asked the question away because I pinpointed it down by saying I had the vibe that he was down to, that his only action card at the start was that green +2, and he confirmed it. So
I'll go to Lara. Lara, excluding that call out for a second, you basically had this game, I thought, on lock because great. It was a gamble, right? You throw the +2, great. You're hoping he doesn't get double red. It worked. Why did they change the green? Did you have something on the next turn for the green, or did it just you figured, you know what, maybe he had double yellow?
Which changed the green? The game was very long. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, before we get to that missed call out here, this off the green 9 of the. Did you just bank on him having double yellow? Is that why you felt comfortable in the green, or did you have a finish next turn on that?
Oh, right at the end. Okay.
Yeah, I'll ask her a question. You're good. I'll recap a little later.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So at the end there, I had red, green, and blue. I only had one card in green, so I figured I would go from red and then hop over the green 9 and then to the blue 9.
But would you have been able to finish it on a power play or no?
Yes, actually. Like if I had power played right there, no, but the turn after, yeah.
Technically, it wouldn't have mattered though because he was at Uno. Was that just a lapse of judgment on the Uno? Just didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice he was at Uno.
What's that?
I didn't notice he was at Uno.
Too many heads. What did you say?
Well, had you tried to power play, you would have.
Oh yeah, exactly. Then Seth probably would have. But then Seth would have called Uno. Then it wouldn't have mattered. But my other question, Lara, is you seem to have good ISO tactics. You saved the +2s. Could you have maybe saved that? I'm gonna go back up because I don't want you to scroll through it. Here we go. Could you have saved that +4 knowing that he had now, looking back, just 3 yellow regulars? Could you have maybe saved the +4 and or saved maybe one of those action cards to get out with reverse skip meta, or did you stand by that move thinking too risky, you might as well throw it, you have nothing to lose?
I mean, I could have just yellow reverse yellow blue and then just stay on the blue with a draw or something.
Right.
But I didn't have any other blues at that point. So I used the wild to switch over to green.
Gotcha. Okay. Appreciate that.
At that point the plan was yellow, blue reverse, and then switch over to green 7. And then from the green 7, green skip, red skip, and then red 5. And then from the red 5 I would have done the red +2 that I played near the end, and then another red I had. I don't remember which. But he happened to have a +2 that he threw on me instead.
Right. So you were thinking save, don't go too aggressive there, just give him the 4-bagger, prevent the finish on the back. Okay, I got you. So I get you were, and it makes sense. That isn't the most aggressive move if you think about it in hindsight, but at the same time, looking at it now that we know from hindsight what Seth was saying, it definitely is a more, I would say, linear approach compared to, let's say, the past. Your thoughts on Lara? Because I think I see where he was going with it. If he had the number efficiency, the problem is even if he made that move, we all know Seth was at Uno. Thoughts on Seth? I think he stole one there, considering all he had was a green +2. Is that a fair assessment, Seth?
Yeah, I would say, I think you got a little bit lucky there with that switch. But I think Lara was just trying to make something happen with that green. I think probably didn't think he had a green. That's what Lara was thinking. I mean, it's a tough decision to be. It's a really tough to be in that situation if you're Lara. But sometimes you just gotta take those risks, and sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't.
Risk first reward. Yeah, now it's a best of 3. Big moment right here, Ed. It's going to be Lara's call. Best of 3 playoffs looming and lurking for both, especially Lara. Seth, big win here if he can get it and steal one. Here we go. Game 5, Lara, your call. No 5, no 11. Free board. What do we got?
All right. Before that, I would just like to point out.
Yes, go ahead.
On Seth's +4, he gave me 269s.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nice.
All right.
I see 3 in total in there.
Monkey.
Triple nice.
Yeah, one I already had. I had the reds, but he gave me the yellow 69 and the blue 69.
Jesus, Lord, that's what is that? 3 of a kinds on the 6.
Huh.
That's an ultimate full house right there, Sanford. What do you think?
I mean, it'd be a good Omaha hand, I think. Yeah.
Monkey having a field day on that one. Yeah, for sure. Ridiculous. 4 9s, 3 6s. But anyway. Well, I see it didn't have much to work with here, so that red +2 was the savior. Okay, let's get it going. Lara, appreciate that comment. What do we got? Game 5, no 5-11. Here we go.
Let's see here. Okay, let's go to 14.
All right, we'll go 1 down from the 15. All right.
All right.
Double OG. All right, good. This guy's good. Here we go, Ed. 14. We're back up to the upper tier. +4.
Well, there's one of them.
Do we culture?
Goodness gracious.
Nah, it's up to you guys. I don't care. Probably not. It's up to you guys. I don't care. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we cultured. All right, Sanford shirt's coming off. 1 sec. All right, it's off. Here's the culture. Let's get it going. Ed, shirt's off. Best of 3. It's about to go down. What do you think now on a 16-card full send? This is a playoff game, man. At this rate, I think both players have played like a playoff. Yes, that call-out miss was tough, right? But at the end of the day, it really is a micro-margin league, and you're going to get some of those calls. Now Lara will adjust here because 16 cards is a lot of cards to adjust from, and I think with 1 less +4 it makes the game a little more interesting too, because you have to adapt to who's got the other +4s in the pocket or in the deck.
Yeah, we're certainly at that point in the game where it's getting a little more intense. I think both these players badly want this win, and I mean, at this point, being a best of 3, I mean, we're gonna be seeing the pressure.
Endurance battle so far. We're over 36.5 minutes, almost 37 minutes in this series. We've seen these round 1 games. We've seen quick ones. We've only seen a couple blowouts. We've seen, unfortunately, with Steve and Nick was a blowout. Obviously, that was a little self-inflicted. Probably the biggest blowout of round 1 we've seen was Ghost Star. That was a massacre from Ard there on card luck. He absolutely massacred Ghost. And that's it for Ghost this season in Super League Dream for 25. He'll look to run it back next year. But this is a big game. And I think for the game winner here, especially if it's Seth, he needs this more, I think, with the power play disadvantage. Lara, even if he doesn't win, still has that power play advantage. And that's where he can be a little cleaner. Now Seth will pick the pace up as we go to the Brock 1.
Open it up to the yellow. See what Seth has got here.
Switching already.
Ooh.
There it is. Off to the red 1 with the switch here, Ed. Thoughts on that early?
Yeah, switching is working pretty well for him so far, honestly. So, why not?
Lara off the 0 sugar, plays it clean into the red.
It's also possible that Seth is just weak in the yellow.
Could be weak. Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen weak things on 16, 15 cards. Just one color is deficient. We've seen it. 0 sugar into the yellow.
Oh.
So Seth going into the 0 sugar, back to yellow, playing this tricky game here, Ed. That's what we saw earlier in game 2, though. We see him do this, and as we go into bow tie, it makes you wonder: is it a case of just not a lot of number, or not a lot of ammo and number efficiency once again, or is it a case of I actually had something, might as well go tricky and hope it falls in your lap. That's going to be the two things to decipher with Seth here.
Yeah, Lara going into green now, but I have a feeling, both these players are saving. I think they both got some good ammo here. I don't know. I just have a feeling, and we're going to be seeing some of that as they get down to some lower numbers.
Write that one in, Ed. Let's see if we have a pencil down for a good read. You might be onto something as we go half off, but remember, one less +4 to work with. There's back to red, and it's appeared. He's going wild again. This is game 2 all over again. Game 2, not much working with. Let's play the colors and light switches as we ditto.
Sure, why not? Throw Lara off his game a little bit with all the switches. I mean, he's running it down so far. It's working.
Long way to go on a 16 card start effectively though. It's not every day you see that, and realistically, red 8 there. As we go into the 8-9 combo now on the scoreboard, as we go to red 3, they're just going to weed through this. It's going to be a crescendo point. Who's going to weed through it the best, and who's going to pop off as we continue over an hour now, 15 on this stream. Let's see what Lara will have here.
Seth kind of in control with all these switches, but if Lara can make a switch happen, he might throw Seth off his game, honestly.
A long way to go, though, here. You got to think, a long way to go for both.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of switching, but it's also a lot of effectiveness on the back end. Because when you switch a lot, you don't know who's got the colors, and you don't know who's got the right read. It's going to be interesting as we go to a double up in the Sanford. You just don't know if there is a potential lurking play. You see, it's too hard to read here. Too hard to read in the blue. First blue, Ted opened up Pandora's.
Yeah.
Into M.
I was just looking. I was like, yeah, I don't think we had seen blue, and there it is.
Yep, into M now, and here comes Lara. Where's the ammo going to be? That's going to be the question. Where is the ammo going to be? Because right now, there's not really much to pinpoint. It's been very clean in that aspect.
Honestly, I feel like maybe both these players, most of their cards at this point are filled with blue cards and ammo cards, just because we hadn't seen blue, and just because we hadn't seen a ton of ammo up to this point.
Here comes Ed, or here comes Seth, and there's the first play of something with the reverse.
Taking that possession.
Possession lead goes to Seth, but Lara will have a chance to respond off the Gangsta 1. Here comes Lara. Seth only a double. I think he might have nothing here, Ed. The way he's been switching, the way he's been going, I don't think he's got a lot. There comes Lara with a T-check +2. Back to red. That's what Lara's thinking. If you got anything, throw it over. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see what. Yeah, he's out. Wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't be switching that much. You basically have nothing when you switch a lot like that. As we go to, he's going to have to hope for some number efficiency. That's going to be the goal. Can he get it? Can Seth get the numbers to line up where he get out of the threat? That's going to be the only thing I could think of, and he still doesn't have anything.
It's a good position for Lara.
Yeah, Lara can beeline this for sure. And you got to wonder, too, if we think back to that game 4, with that call, who knows? This easily could have been a 4-1. It could potentially have even been a sweep if you think about it. But Seth did a great job fighting off earlier. But Lara looking in control right now. He's going to go off the red.
Maybe burnt out on that red. Getting it back to yellow, but Seth can do something.
That's going to give Seth life. I thought for sure he beelines that to red. We're talking a 3-1, but Seth with life.
I was almost thinking we see a power play too at this point, but
probably would see it at 2, but no power play needed now because that stops the game at any point here. Triple play. Seth has got it back here into some ballpark. Surprisingly, Lara, I thought for sure beelines that to red. It's over, but nope. Seth gonna get the undercut with the +2, keeps it alive. Can Seth now stop Lara on this yellow one more time? Lara looking to get this to 3. Should be able to here. I think if you're Lara here now, Ed, you're not even thinking about power play. I don't think it's worth
Yeah.
it. That +2 stopped you in your tracks. If you had it, it was going to be at 2. Now you got to rethink. Yep. Seth with some life now. Let's see what he can do. Goes over to blue. That is
Yeah,
a
I think
clutch
he's strong
play.
in that blue.
Clutch play, because that's where Lara faded it off. The question becomes, assuming that one of those two plus freshies were a yellow, what was the other freshie? Was it the blue? It's a gamble and a half here. They're taking time right here, taking stock and inventory on what he's got to do to get this over to finish. Maybe thinking about that power play. Maybe now you think about it. But once again, it felt like he had something with number efficiency if he did it with yellows or something. Now, I don't know if it's worth doing it. Let's see. I think at 2 he might have had something, but 3, I don't know. He's got an enable.
Yeah.
He's going to go for it. Okay, so we're out
There
of
it
power
is.
plays now. Let's see what it'll be. Seth will probably... well, that's a humongous wild there. That should do it. That was probably what he needed off that +2 freshie.
Yep.
Lara for the win right here. To get the 3-2, +2, good call. Yep, you got to do it. You don't do that. Even though Seth had no red, you just don't know what he picked up. What if he was saving the right number? Seth, did you have no red, or did you have a 5 potentially to stop that game?
No red. The only chance I had was to get it back over to blue because I knew he was iced out in that, fading off the blue +2 with the wild. So I got lucky with the number efficiency to get it back to blue with the 6. But at that point, I was kind of the same thought as you guys, that more than likely we were going to see him use the power play, which, hey, I mean, with potentially 2 games left, now kind of an even playing field with the power play at least. But, man, I don't know what it is. Ammo off the start has been very, very slim, at least on this side. Not been able to... I mean, the aggressive light switching has just been a desperate attempt to try and get rid of numbers and try and find somewhere that he's iced out because there's just no ammo to be able to establish anything.
Yeah, I get it. And Lara, I think the light switching, once again, the only reasons why it's working is the number efficiency. I mean, talk to me what you got off that +2 from Seth. Was there a wild that finally came into your play? Or did you have a wild before that +2? Earlier when you're at 2?
I had the wild before. The +2 gave me the reds, the +2 and the what was it? The 5 at the end.
So you had double wild finish potentially coming earlier?
No, it was a single wild. What other wild did I play?
Blue
Trying to find
+2.
it. I did have another wild. I played it earlier.
Was that setting up for a double wild split finish or no?
No, that was just setting up for like me switching from blue over to the red 9, and then from the red 9 I would have gone to the yellow 9 and then yellow 6. And then I just had the wild, like, just as a safety net.
Gotcha. What do you think clicking right here? Because, you know, Seth mentioned he's not getting much ammo. You definitely aren't getting a lot, but it's enough, which is, in this game, enough's enough, right? Especially on, well, actually it was 15 cards, because that was a 4, so it was a 15 card full sim after the drawback, so. What do you think is clicking here? Because, like I said, you look at the stats, it's not a lot compared to what we've seen in other series. Do you think it's just because of the desperate switching you're getting in a little bit more cleaner efficiency, or do you think it's a case of I just have enough ammo and I can be a little bit more efficient compared to Seth, who's trying to be more desperate and tackle things? Talk me through it.
Not sure what you're asking.
How do I where my Google Translate? I guess my question would be then, are you content with him switching more, making the first move because of the fact that he may not have ammo and trust the stats, or do you just got to continue to play your own game knowing that now is a different game with no power play? Because now it's a neutralized game, for sure.
I mean, I'm just going to play my own game. If Seth happens to give me something that, like, play something that I can switch off of and, like, give me an advantage, then I'll take it. But um, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So
Right. Gotcha. No, I appreciate that. That's fair. Just trying to think of some. They did a good job so far. And I mean, this has been a weird game because if you look at it, it's been low ammo, yet it's been a weird. There hasn't been any fire. It's been just classic. A lot of numbers, weed through it. There's been some 1-2 jabs, but nothing really crazy. And somehow we're at a neutralized game. Seth looking to get this stack to 3-3. I don't think you go high here, but your thoughts on just what we've seen so far as we enter this game 6 of potentially 2 more.
Yeah, it's been very tactical. It's kind of been a little bit of mind games going on here, trying to ice out each other and colors, running with numbers. It's just been very tactical, and I mean, Seth's going to need to get 2 more here, so he's probably feeling the pressure a little bit more than Lara, but see what he can do here with his card start.
All right, Seth, your call, buddy. Still no 15, Sender, and 10. What did you ask Siri this time?
Siri says we're going 9.
Asking Siri's 1 down from his game 1 winner. No power play. Seth looking to get this to a game 7. Lara looking to cap it off in 6 and really put himself in a great spot for Super League come next round. Can Seth pull the upset? Can he switch it more? We'll start it off with Superior 4. Good rhyme there. Well, that's a great way to start. A little ditto.
Might as well.
Lara, I'm not surprised he will take his time, work through it, see what he can do. Long series here, Ed. It's got to be said. We're over 45 minutes. You know, if we definitely get to a game 7, especially, this could potentially be a board series. We have not seen a lot. We've only seen really Sanford's game be the board series of the round. I know Acosta was 1 minute short. That's about all we've seen. It's been very clean on the timing. We've had more quicker series. Only a few have been a little bit more rapid. Brian Hockey was long. Guess Lamas, Bowtie, myself were upper close to 40. Yoshi Ellison, but yeah, definitely a lot cleaner games here today, for sure.
Sure. I mean, getting into this long a game, it certainly becomes a battle of attrition. Both players are probably feeling the pressure even more. I mean, you want that win even more now at this point, just because you've been playing for so long.
Now we'll go into the red 7 here.
Very red so far.
What's it going to be from Seth? He'll draw it here. So there's Eric Monaco's 7. First draw of the game. Is Lara content to draw back or switch it? That's going to be the key here, Ed. Who switches it? Do you want to switch it? That's another thing.
You would think Lara would switch and roll into another color, but maybe he's just content with drawing back and getting some better cards.
You definitely
possibly.
wouldn't switch here. You wouldn't switch here if you had red. You just roll into that. So drawing back. Now it's toppers, and once again, no toppers to be said. So that gives this game a little bit more of an edge for both now to lay a little loose here. Let's see. Tied up at 9. Who will run the possession arrow first? Still drawing back.
Looking for the cards that they want.
Still nothing. So we're going to go up to double digits now, Ed, and we're into that mid-tier, upper mid-tier here shortly. Yep, upper mid-tier now, 11 apiece.
We'll make the move first. That's the question.
Well, right now, the trend has been Seth on switches, but
right
when you have reverse skip meta abound and a lot of options, I think anyone can make the move here. It's a game 6. It's do or die. There's no more tomorrow if for Seth. For Lara, if he does have to use the game 7, he's got it, but there's no more tomorrow for Seth. So I expect the aggression to come out as he'll take the lead shortly here.
You called it right there, taking that, making the first move.
Yeah, well, no switch though. That's the big move, but it's a little wink. Not a full blink, just a full. Well, that's a crosser. Now will Seth have the move right here? Let's see. They're both.
I think you want to switch off that too. Yeah.
Yeah, he might have. Now they're gonna. It's an undercut play. They're gonna both be very tactical about this next move. And Seth's just not even gonna worry about it. Let Lara make the move first, pretty much. And Lara won't do so. We're back
Back
to
to
12.
drawing.
Yeah, back to the 12 pack. We're in our OG full. We're gonna be here, man. Remember, winner gets monkey. We talked about this pod. Yepez is in this pod. Acosta. If Lara gets the win, this will be a top-heavy pod. Everybody will be ranked in the top 22 as we get a 5. If Seth wins, then that's the upset. We have a lot of pods like that. You know, Ed, looking at this as we go into the Red 5, there's a lot at stake. Varigold gone is a playoff game. The next game here, if it's Lara Monkey, maybe not a playoff game directly for Monkey, but for Lara, absolutely a win there would almost secure as we go into the Red 9. We've seen Abion Nam playoffs. Caesar DJ, really, it's going to be just can Caesar avoid the upset. Myth Aria playoff, especially for Aria. Myth looking pretty good after that win. Nick Andy, playoffs for Andy as we go Red 5 back to DJ. Stack Lamas, nothing for Mac on the line, but Lamas, if he gets the wins, we go to the Blue 5. 3 quad, 1 wins is possible. Gold Gone, we said. Vapor Bryant's for all Brian. Pez Acosta, aforementioned. Yoshi Lane, big game for Lane and Yoshi. Lane, definitely a winner, would seal it. If not, he has some tiebreaker. Yoshi needs him more. Tago G, same thing like Caesar DJ in a sense. Just Tago needs the win. BC Cap's going to be at war. Brad Sanford, insane coming up on Saturday. Myself, Clay, it's big for Clay. Tapir Riders, big for both, but especially Riders looking to play spoiler. Tapir looking to be on the bubble. And then, of course, we don't know about this game. And then Toasty Yard. Toasty, I think, with now the buffer, he should be fine. It's going to be massive for ours. We go into the yellow. That's your rundown. Trips 5 from another one to JT to Sting as we go into the yellow. And now, Ed, the question really is becoming, as we go through that rundown, what do they get off the draw city? Because if Seth's been enabling the draw cities and he's been content, there's only 2 things I can really assume on here. One, he don't got much again, and he's just hoping and praying something will work out. Or 2, he's going to have to find a way to get the ammo adjusted when we get to 5-6 cards, because that's going to be the crescendo for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's drawing a lot here. You're drawing on that yellow. I mean, we were running with red with so long now. Kind of feels like maybe he wanted to get back to blue, but he's kind of stuck here. Oh, he gets that green.
Well, that could work. That's the Pandora opener for now, because we really haven't seen much blue or green. But he might have something in that green as we go to Aria.
See what Lara responds with. Gonna roll with the green.
G5 now. In the little plant. What will Seth have here? Does he use some of his action? Do you have any action cards?
That's the question, if he has any.
G8. Into Chomik, the base card. Now, there's just not much really to say here, right? It's been... every game has just been roll through the numbers and just go from there. There hasn't been a crazy amount of pop-off firepower, for sure.
That's true. I mean, maybe once these guys get down to once they run the numbers down, I might see some more ammo going on. But right now, just pretty chill.
Seth might pop something off here. It's getting close to that red zone. Let's see.
He's typing.
Yeah, he might be having something here just to get this back to an all-square game at minimum. Oh, he goes for the heat check there. Triple play. Looks for the quad. Wow. He'll get the lead in big time. But now the question becomes, if you're Lara, are you content to just go back to green and hope Seth has nothing? Because that's going to be the key. As we're over 50 minutes here, 53 minutes we're approaching. That's going to be the play from Seth. Hope and pray there's nothing on the back end. If you're just joining,
Lara.
Go ahead, Seth. Ed.
I mean, knowing Lara, I feel like might have something on the back end there.
Yeah, could be a number play. Well, we'll see. It could be just going back to the green. As simple as that. You have options when you're up, and you have options when there's no power play. You don't have to flush your ammo, because if he uses all his ammo, that's a tall tale sign. Not much left on the back end. What will Lara do? You're really thinking this one through. Got to think here now, Ed. If we don't get this game finished in the next 5 minutes, where we're going over an hour, and the endurance battle, I think both players have had endurance battles in their career. I don't think that's going to be a major problem. They definitely placed low to medium. The question really becomes is do we get a reshuffle? We have been low on that all year, really since T1. We saw it with Chomik and Nam, but not many reshuffles. It's been low. It's been a game of just plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but we've yet to really go back to the plan A that we would like to see on a reshuffle. We'll see.
Certainly a possibility. We'll see what happens here. Lara's finally loading up some.
Long way to go, but you always got to think about that if it goes over the 15-minute. But we saw it in Game 4. We got close. Lara just going to play it cool. I think it's a smart move. Test out Seth, see where we go. Seth looking for the switch. But he doesn't need it. He's going to go blue. Can Lara get something cooking right here? Nope, just going to play it cool. And that, once again, Ed, I like the patience, right? There's no need to rush it. Do you think Seth has 5 blues? Chances are no, and there you go.
Now Lara can strike.
Or do you want to strike? I don't even think you have to. Just run the blues, right? And just use the double numbers and go from there. There's nothing really to strike about. It's just play it cool. That's the beauty when someone runs out. You don't have to be aggressive if you don't want to. Even a top deck +4 here wouldn't get you to the finish, most likely.
Lara's still at 10 cards. I like that card.
Like it a lot. Yep, because you're not going to get a 0 sugar, and you're less likely to have a switch off. And now it's been just copy paste, right? Hope that Seth makes the switch, and you think he would here for sure. Yeah, he might.
Here we go.
He might make it. Does he have reverse skip mana to take a little bit bigger lead? He will go to yellow. There it is. Question is this similar to that last game where Sanford recalled? Is this just Seth trying and it's just number yellow watch? It's a number yellow watch. I hope for the flush. And there's Lara with the skips, and he'll tie it up here. But now now Seth will have the possession arrow. He will have it. Yep.
Lara had switched to yellow earlier, so I think he's.
That's a heat check. That's
a blue. Wow.
Great move. Yeah, that's a great move. I don't.
Big heat check.
Unless Seth's got something here, that's a good move, and he's going to throw it right here if he does. Great save there if he did save something, if it is indeed the case. But good wild flush there from Lara, and now Seth can operate. Let's see.
Typing like he has some.
Did he get cut off on a +4 run? Let's see. I think definitely if he throws the +4 here, we're looking at an hour. There's no doubt. Yep, this is huge. Here we go, triple play.
Wow.
This could be the finish, or is it check? Oh, no. Throws the check into a draw. You know what, though? If that's all you had, and if that's all you really could throw, I don't blame you. But now Lara can just go to that blue skip and go right back to blue. That's the risk you take. Or just run a red and get off it. Let's see. I don't blame Seth for the move. You have to try something. Sanford, what we got on the log here?
Still a couple minutes out from the next chart.
Gotcha, buddy. Let's see what Lara will do here. Is it the blue skip combo, or is he going to roll into the reds clean? That's the vulnerability when you make that move. You're leaving yourself floored on blue. There's no doubt.
Yeah. I think Lara has a bit of an advantage here knowing what Seth is out of. Keep rolling with the red, keep going with the blue. I mean, thinking it through.
Big think right here from Lara, trying to get this into a better position than down 8. Let's see what he can do. Off the Leah skip. What has he got? There it is, Ed. I talked about that blue wild. That's it. There's the KT wild and off the double Leah skip now. And just nothing you can do. If you're Seth, that's the one thing you had to avoid. And that's what Lara needs. Now you can just run numbers. That's it.
Like that.
Yeah, you can run them numbers, man. There's no doubt. Seth may have had a 9 earlier, though. He could switch it right here. Let's see. That's the one number I was curious about, but he doesn't have it. So we left it open on that 9. But now Seth, no possessions really now. It's down to one possession. Lara looking for the tie and potentially could steal the lead on a double. Gonna give Seth the free board here. Wow.
Ooh.
Free board now, back to green. Interesting. Seth will run
Very
it clean.
interesting.
But it does give Seth new life, and it's been a game of who wants life, and that's the thing with Lara. Is he confident in this green? Because we still have that green +2 and a bunch of reverse skip meta.
Gotta be confident in that green. I mean, Seth still has that possession area.
Does Seth have anything? Back to red now! Now I don't feel as confident because the skip reverse meta is gone in red, and the +2 is the only thing lurking. I think if Lara stayed on green, could have had something cooking. So I get the move from Seth right there. Can Lara strike, though, with the last reverse combos? +4 to stops it. So that was a great play from Seth.
Wow.
Flushes it out. That's beautiful. Now Seth can readjust. Could go back to red, too, here, Red. There's that 0 sugar still lurking.
Yeah, absolutely.
+4s are still out there. We're over an hour now, for sure. Yeah, definitely over an hour now. Seth's got to think this one through. Over an hour on the mark. It's a board series. Long game here. Got to think this one through. What does Lara have on the back end with 3 cards? You got to guess those 3 cards, and here he goes. Or does he just say, stop it, K? I got the +4 to end it right here. Or at least stop the talk.
Let's find out.
So you have a green +2. Is there connectors? He did the +2 blue and green earlier. Wouldn't be surprised if he picked up another one to stop it, too. A lot of options here for Seth. Let's see. Back to the blue skip. That is a risk and a half.
That's for sure.
Because that blue is what Lara had seemed to want earlier. But does leave it open on the skip. There's not much skips left. Yep, we're over the board. Yep. 1 hour, 1 minute in here. Here comes Lara looking for the finish. Let's see. Did Seth run out of options and that was his only shot, or does Lara get this to check? Seth does get this down to 7-3, but that may be all she wrote if he has a possible connector +4. Or is it just a way to get the check? Oh boy. Game over. Write the candles. Yeah, there we go. Nothing you can really do on that one if you're Seth. That was a great call to go to blue, ironically, but double +4. I don't think Seth, you played your heart out there, buddy. Ultimately, I think the key move I think I'd have to say is that +4 red skip. Was that just desperation or just no blues really towards the end? You got undercut. You were trying to set up a finish, maybe?
Yeah, I gotta look back. There might have been one area where I kind of regret a card that I played back when I did the trips play with the double +2 reverse.
Yeah.
In hindsight, and almost immediately after I played it, I almost kind of wish I'd kept the reverse. And just done the stacked +2 and capped it off with the blue 4. I don't know if it would have made as much of a difference, because on one of the drawbacks, I got a yellow reverse, and it was the only yellow. So I kind of still probably would have been iced on my 2 lone greens. But with the reverse still in my hip pocket, it might have made things a little bit different in when I would have, and how I would have played the +4. The reason I left it open on the skip there at the end was because he had the swap off of blue into green, so that's like the only shot I had to try and maybe go for an ISO, but I was fairly certain, looking at how we had wound this down, looking at the card history, that he probably had a second +4 to fall back on, which obviously that was the case, so yeah, if I had kept the blue reverse, I don't know, would I have still been able to be on the offense rather than having to shift to the defense at that point in time? Maybe not sure. But I will say at least on this one I had more ammo to work with. Maybe just a lack of timing in when I used the ammo was the problem in this one. But at least in the game that I go out with, at least at least the bot was nice and gave me some ammunition to allow me to work with something at least and not have to just continually rely on numbers.
Would you say that triple play, that reverse skip play, where you just left open the skip draw in the red, was that a desperation act, or was it you were just looking for some type of momentum to maybe top deck a skip? What was up with that play? Let me know.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, for the most part, since at that point we were down to end zone, we had drawn back a little bit, and I felt like we were both just kind of sitting on ammunition. When you start getting down to that 5-6 card range, you just know that if one doesn't preempt the other, that more than likely they're going to be able to break open. And obviously, neither of us had a power play to be able to use defensively if that run was put together. So that was a preemptive strike in a sense there, just to try and draw him back a little bit, go back on offense. Again, too, might not have needed that desperation play if I had held on to that blue reverse. Again, we're never going to know. It would all depend on what he had played on his side. But yeah, at that point in time, it was to just stack up with the +2, try and get the possession a little bit there, because I knew that I was at that point going to be iced out on red. So if I was able to at least get the possession and draw back, it could maybe even out by the time I got something to be able to work with off the top deck.
Nah, that's a fair assessment, man. And before I'll come back to you, let's go over to Lara. Lara, I think the two key things for me, I have to almost would think would be the blue wilds. I think those KT wilds where you were just able to ice him out, got to where he was on a 2-color game. Did you have some of those KT wilds off the start, or was it a case of didn't have it, that double +2, where he changed it back with the reverse, changed the game? Let me know.
Yeah, off the start, I'm not gonna lie, my hand kind of sucked, but I did have a wild.
Okay.
That was one of the wilds I used to like switch back to blue. I mean, the hand really got fleshed out after that first draw city. Like that's what really like it gave me a lot more connectors. And yeah, I was able to play between the different colors a lot more. What else?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, you did a really good job there. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something that really worked in my favor is in this right here.
Yeah, ping it for me. Go ahead.
In this +2 right here,
Yep.
or +6, I guess.
Yeah, the 6.
It just gave me a bunch of blues. So I switched over to blue and noticed he was ice on blue. So I just kept playing those blues. To like just empty out, because it's all just blue numbers.
Right.
So I just kept playing them, and then what happened after that? Yeah, and then the yellow wild came out, and then I played my yellows, and then I switched it back to blue, so that as an ice play, but also so that but also it worked out in my favor because he like burned more of his ammo. And then after that, I had mainly greens. So, yeah, then I switched over to green with the green 9.
And then you were just run it. Then you were able to run it there. I got you. Yep. No, so would you say patience was the word of the day for you? That was really the vibe. You really were just able to stay patient and let Seth kind of control the pace and control the switches, and then you just broke out when you needed to break out. That's really what I got from this series for sure on your end. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of Seth happened to burn his ammo a little bit too early, and also I happened to get a bit lucky on some of the draws with like I got the wild 4s, and then I got like the mainly greens and the mainly blues, so I could just like ISO him and then burn out all those numbers.
Yeah, but I gotta ask, you're playing Monkey Boy. I don't remember if you've ever played him. Sanford, has he ever played Monkey? I don't remember, right? I'll have to ask Sanford on that one. He's got the history, but I don't think so.
You're asking about Lara and Monkey?
Has that ever happened before?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Oh, it did.
Monkey
Oh, it
won.
has?
What year? 23
Uh,
or last
had
year?
to have been somewhat recent. I have Lara towards the bottom of Monkey's win list.
Might have been last year actually. I'll look into it. Regardless, it is a rematch then. Well, for now, confirmed from Sanford. Obviously, this is a massive win, but you'll have Monkey. This is the only game of the round, I believe. That's going to be quad one on quad one. Top player versus the worst player in quad one. You're the worst guy in quad one. He's the best in quad one of 1 versus 9. Top 10 shot. Massive showdown. Stakes on the line. What do you got to do?
Found it.
What do you got?
Found it. Rematch of September, round 1. Monkey won 4-1.
23?
Was a 24. It was a 5-12 matchup.
Yeah. Wow, so we're another one from a year later. Thoughts on playing Monkey a second time, trying to get... Because definitely, man, when you played last year, you're not the same player. You've definitely become more mature and way more dimensional than, let's say, last year. And how are you going to try to attack him? Because that's a big game for another quad one game in the Arsenal. Talk me through it.
Yeah, definitely grown quite a lot since then. I have no idea how this is going to go. Looking at myself and Monkey's history this year, it's like we both had like a very staggered history, like some big wins and then some huge losses, and then I should go either way.
Absolutely. 7 versus 6 wins realistically here, and we'll get to Sanford in a minute. Back to you, Seth. What did you learn? Obviously, you'll still be streaming stuff. Good season, though, Seth, despite not having made the success. You did get that big win over Ashley. You had the retro win. You got top 10 finish from T3, or T2 or 3. One of those tournaments. My fault there. But your thoughts on this season. Do you think now with this bot being a little bit more aged, right, you're starting to get some pavement age on it, do you think you'll be better next year as you continue to learn the system? I think you will.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like the biggest thing that I've learned, and this has been in playing today, playing in the past tournaments, and what I've observed from broadcasting these games as well. It doesn't matter who you're playing. It doesn't matter, what the situation is, whether it's a best of 7, a best of 9, best of 11. You got to be prepared for no 2 games to be the same.
Yeah.
You can have a cruise in the first game and think, all right, things are going my way, and the bot will find a way to humble you really quickly with, hey, by the way, now you get no ammunition, and I'm giving you all these non-connector number cards and everything. It really, in a sense, I think we talk about the competitiveness of this league. I think it's turned everybody into 5-tool players. You have to be ready for every type of a scenario, and in this case, there were scenarios where I had to do the same thing, a little outside of the comfort zone of having to do the power play back in game 1. But with what the bot gives you, it's a situation where you gotta weigh the choices of, do I use it now, use the connector, have the early advantage, or do I hold on to it and maybe lose this game, lose the next game, lose the next game? You got to be constantly thinking ahead too, with not knowing what's on the horizon. So yeah, I think that I think I've got a pretty good handle on what I've observed and what I've been able to put into action here in 2025, and hopefully apply that in 2026. Again, if I end up continuing to rack up wins, that's great. But hey, this matchup here today was fully competitive. I mean, we went the yard in a couple of those games there, 4 and 6. Had answers for each other. Had to go. I think we may have gone into plans AA, double B. I think we used the alphabet in some of the plans there.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, apply all that in 2026, and maybe I'll pick up a couple of other tidbits of others' play style that I can maybe apply here in what I observe in the remainder of 2025.
Absolutely, man. We'll be in the booth, I'm sure. Get some good stuff going. Miss Sanford, I'll bring you in before we get to Ed. You look at the resume, you look at where Lara's at, that's a big win. And you got to think a win against Monkey for sure, that would almost seal him into Super League for sure. A loss, then it becomes a little bit more of a question, but a win there, you think that's a playing game to get him in? I think it really, a quad 1, number 1 player, that's got to be it.
I think it's definitely a game of, if he can get the win, he levels out the career series. And I think it becomes harder to disagree with the idea of At that point, it'd be 2 quad 1 wins, maybe a fringe one if Yepes can get up there again. So it's going to be one of those things that when you have wins towards the top, it definitely helps you. The losses don't hurt, but they don't help you as much with some people as with others. So
Lara is definitely a quality player this year. He's quality player for sure in games, but I think quality in terms of the resume for 2. Ed, final thoughts, man, as we close it out. Thank you for commentating, man. Your thoughts on Lara getting the win and what Seth can do in 26.
Yeah, I mean, Lara, winning 4 games there with Seth only 2, but, I think Seth still played very well. I'm really excited to see Lara Monkey play out. I think that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, quad 1 battle, going to be a good one. There's the quad. A lot of chalk. If you like chalk, personally, this is probably the one you want to chalk. We can criticize Bi-Island all we want, but the next round, some of these matches are insane. Look at this pop. Monkey Lara, Yepes Acosta, rematches of the past. You can't ask for anything better than that. This is playoff Uno. This is T5, man. It's the one tournament where everyone's going to be amped up and turned up. It's going to be a fun time. For myself and Ed, and I want to thank Charles Sanford and Sky for reffing. Really appreciate them helping me out today. It's been a long day, close to a 2-hour stream here. Thank you guys for sticking with it. We'll see you back Wednesday morning, the start of the next round of Toxic 32 and the playoff battle to Super League. The road to BKK continues to heat up as we go to Abiyan Nam, as our attention turns there for a big 3 or 4 pack game on Wednesday. We'll see where Lara is and Monkey. We'll see how it will fall on the Discord. Have a good one, and we'll see you Wednesday. Gonna be a fun one. Good night, everybody. This has been a presentation of MRE Ranked Division 1.